our third pursuit of the day, and this one is a fast mover here on the northbound 101, north or sometimes considered westbound 101 freeway, just past the Van Nuys Boulevard exit. This is a man with a gun. That's the original want for this particular suspect. It was the LAPD who first initiated this pursuit out of the northeast area, and now we're on the freeway, so there's a chance that we may see CHP get behind this guy, but for now, we're following this pursuit here on the 101, the northbound 101. He may be transitioning here to the 405. We'll know here in just a moment whether that is in fact the case, and sure enough, northbound 405 now. Northbound 405 from the 101 freeway. So now he's making his way into the San Fernando Valley, up into the areas of Van Nuys, the Lake Balboa area, if he continues northbound here. I am hearing on the scanner that the LAPD is requesting the California Highway Patrol. Now that this guy is on the freeway, they are best suited to follow this guy on the highway. But for now, we watch this still an LAPD unit directly behind this guy. You can see that he is really moving. We have seen him basically take up every single lane of the freeway. He does not like being stopped by any heavy traffic, so he will use whatever lane he has to get away from the police. I mean, I'm thinking he's up there 90, 100 miles an hour. If the other cars that he's passing are driving at freeway speeds, like let's say they're even more than that. Let's say the other vehicles are 75 miles an hour, which wouldn't be out of the question at this time of night. Look at how fast this guy is moving. We really had a tough time catching up to him at first, because although we can fly over 100 miles up here in News Chopper 4, this guy is definitely driving very close to that as well. He's stopped here behind a bus somewhat, so now he's getting into that number one lane, straddling the carpool lane as well to try to get away from authorities. Again, this is going to be on your northbound 405. Northbound 405 coming just north of the Sepulveda Dam area. So some of the streets that he's coming up to here are going to be Sherman Way. Sherman Way, of course, a major street to the area. That'll lead you to Van Nuys Airport if you take that to the west. But you can see him here continuing northbound on the 405 freeway. When we first heard about this pursuit, it was in the Los Feliz area, near the 5 at Los Feliz. But now we're all the way to the 405 freeway. And wow, look at that. Moving over to, very tight squeeze there. Sideswiped that car as he tried to exit off of the 405. I'll give you the street that he's off on right now. I believe it's going to be Sherman Way, but I'll confirm. Oh gosh. Yeah, I just tapped that car. That other vehicle had no idea that the suspect was about to hit him there as he continues here. Authorities directly behind him. Now we're on surface street, so now the CHP may not be joining this pursuit now that we are back in LAPD territory. So he is eastbound Sherman Way, coming away from the 405 freeway. Again, this is going to be on Sherman Way, headed eastbound, east of the 405 freeway. Oh, coming up to an intersection here. Oh, just squeezing through cars, trying to make his way. You can see that the traffic is pretty heavy here through the area, and he's making a turn now. He turned off of Sherman Way. I'll give you the street here in a moment. It's going to be Sepulveda. Again, another major street that runs through the area. Sepulveda runs all the way from the San Fernando Valley down into the basin. Now he's turning into a smaller little street on the other side of this big building. I'm going to try to get ahead here. You can see that the police helicopter light is shining down on the car, so that will help us in our efforts to not lose this vehicle as he makes his way here on some small surface streets not too far from Sepulveda and Sherman Way. He's making his way westbound back towards the 405 freeway. Now he's making a northbound turn here, possibly Orion Street. I'll confirm that here in just a moment. The police helicopter is calling out the street, so I am oh, this is going to be close. Oh gosh. Yeah, so he was right there on Orion, back on Sherman Way. So we're back where we just were. The LAPD has units directly behind this guy. These are going to be the northeast jurisdiction of the LAPD, although now we are in the Van Nuys area, and he's behind this building here. So I'm hearing now that the suspect, when we lost track of him there behind the building, he actually stopped the car and ran. So he is currently on the loose, on foot, possibly in this apartment complex right here at Sherman Way and Sepulveda. You can see the suspect vehicle there. The suspect simply stopped the car and took off running. Authorities do believe that he is in an apartment complex here, right here at the intersection of Sherman Way and Sepulveda. They are setting up a perimeter to try to take that man with the gun into custody. You can see that authorities, the police officers are running. They know where he is. They know where he ran into. There is this apartment complex that I'll show you here in just a moment. They're pretty confident that this is where he ran into. And now I'm hearing the lovely words from the officers who are telling us code 4, suspect in custody. That is exactly what we wanted to hear after such a crazy high-speed pursuit that started in the Los Feliz area and is ending now here in Van Nuys. Thank you, Alex. We're getting in position to get you a shot of that suspect here. He's going to be under this tree here. We will see officers now have him in custody. They have confirmed over the scanner, code 4, suspect in custody. They say that they have him under the tree, and we're getting into position to show you that just now. We can see some of the officers here still running, but we understand that everything is okay now in terms of the activity down there. They do have the one suspect in custody. No word of any passengers. As far as I know, it was just the suspect driver, and it is that individual that is now in custody. The suspect is going to be coming out here in just a moment, and we'll be able to show you that. And here he is. We see that male suspect being led out by one of the LAPD officers. They're going to bring him back over here to one of their police cruisers. You can see that he is now handcuffed. He is the only suspect that authorities are looking for in connection with this pursuit that went at very high speeds on the 5 freeway, the 134 freeway, and eventually the 405 freeway until he exited at Sherman Way and footbilled at Sherman Way and Sepulveda, running into an apartment complex, but he did not get very far. He is now in police custody.
Oh no, no, no!
We have a suspect running. Oh, this is gonna be close.
To watch more heart-stopping car chases happening across Southern California, subscribe here. Thanks for watching. The Chase is on.